And we are back on STS, Sharpen the Spear podcast with another incredible guest. I've got Matthew White with us today. And Matthew, as we always do on STS, no one knows Matthew better than Matthew. So Matthew, bring us up to speed, give us that backstory, then we're going to tear into the conversation.
I love it. Thanks so much for having me on. Pleasure to be here. A little backstory of me. I started my company Keybot back about 12 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, with my co-founder who I've started a couple other things before, and we grew it. It's a great kind of consolidated platform for SaaS, working mostly in like the white label space. And we've done well with that, and it was an exciting time. We built it. We did a whole bunch of stuff with it. We got kind of bored with it, to be honest, after a bit. And so my co-founder and I, we decided to play around with some other things. We actually built a browser, and then we plugged AI into it, and we're here building an assistive AI system that we're hoping is going to, kind of change the way people use AI, use it to actually assist them. And we're really excited about it. And my backstory, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I can't get away from it. I try to go work in corporate jobs, and it just never seems to work. But I keep falling back into building my own thing. So that's me. That's who I am.
I love it, Matthew. I love it. So yeah, I'm excited for the topic because I have been recently, for a little while now, really diving into AI, its capabilities. How can I utilize it? How can I get my clients to use it in their service trades, businesses, things like that? And I discovered many ways, many wonderful ways that are like, and I just keep finding more. So I love the new thing you're building, like you said, when you start to integrate this. And this is why it's such a, if you remember, I don't know how old you are, but like kind of when the internet came on board, I know it was really early 90s, but really 2000 and up, It was the Wild West. Besides, you could do whatever you want. Everyone's ripping everyone off. It was insane, right? Everyone's just doing all this goofy stuff, Then all of a sudden you started getting Google slaps and this and all this kind of stuff as it evolved.
Very big bubble.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. Pop. That's it. Okay. Everyone loses everything. All their paper money went away. All their pretend money went away. But what we see now you have another kind of arena that has opened up that is ripe for advancement, application, all that kind of stuff. And this is what excites me because, and I honestly think like there's no other in technical history, wherever you want to go back to 50s, 40s, I don't know, whatever, like this is a really unique time with AI. Like it's unique. It's not just another cool thing. It's almost like it to me, honestly, Matthew, and you can correct me, but it's bigger than the internet.
100%. I can agree.
Right? Okay. Good.
We're in a renaissance. We're in a renaissance right now. A revolution is starting.
Yeah, like let's talk about that a little bit because I'm just saying, like if I realize that, okay, I don't claim to be the sharpest tool in the shed. Okay, like if I know that and then you agree with me, so I feel very validated right now. So
yeah,
good for me. But yeah, let's dive into it a little bit. Just on that kind of that Renaissance period thought process.
Yeah, it's changing everything, right? Again, the internet was a big change in how everybody worked, how everybody kind of connected. And this is that whole new ballgame again. It's the changes that we're seeing with how we can create, how we can work, how it will take over some jobs and take some places in different directions. I think about like here in San Francisco, I use a Waymo, right? Because it's nicer than getting in a car with a person, to be honest. And you got to think about, what that's going to do. I mean, I think, and what we're trying to build too, we're trying to build something that is going to help people be more creative, give people their time back, give people the ability to kind of push off those manual tasks. That's going to be great for people. And I think it's going to allow people to do more of the fun work or the money-making work instead of sitting at a computer typing away all day, right? So I think there's going to be really great strides in that. But we got to think about what is coming when it comes to, how the ecosystem of how we're going to work is going to be changing. I mean, I think I read something the other day that's like by 2030, there could be 30 million jobs lost. And that's something that we need to kind of think about and understand what that could mean or how we can transition that into other jobs. And that's something also that we've been thinking a lot about is what we can do as a business that we're building to help kind of the ecosystem of developers and creators create new opportunities for themselves. And especially when it comes to, the trades that you're talking about. So we kind of built this based on, with Keybot, we work with a lot of trades companies. One of our biggest partners is the Better Business Bureau. So if you're buying tools through them, you're buying through us. A lot of trades people work in that. And we wanted to create something that made software and technology a little more approachable, a little more easy to use, a little more kind of sustainable for a small business owner that maybe isn't the most tech savvy. And now bringing this into it, we're able to create a system where instead of getting there and having to actually understand and use these technologies and learn the interfaces, you can prompt it. You can use AI to tell it what you want to do, and then it will do it for you. And we see a big, we have some some small business owners, some trades companies that are using this in beta right now, and they're like, I'm actually using technology, things that I never even really used before because it was just too difficult. I'm using it and it's saving me time, it's saving me money, and it's allowing me to do more jobs. And I think that's where this kind of whole renaissance could take a lot of people and could create more jobs. If you have more time for you to get out there and be on the road and be closing deals, you're going to hire more people, you're going to do more that way. So it's going to be a big shift. Nobody, I think, knows where it's going. People, hypothesize, but it's going to be a crazy next few years to see where this whole thing takes us.
Yeah, I agree. I really kind of look at, again, on the service trades industry, I mean, those are what they call durable trades, right? AI is not going to sweat pipe. Okay, probably not for some time, right? So like
Yeah.
you got to go do these things, and that's so good. So in my opinion, I've renamed the blue collar the new white collar.
Yeah.
They're going to be the new wealthy. So
Absolutely.
my goal as a business coach is I'm preparing them to scale.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to be able to get market share, right? Bring in the skilled workers they need, take market share. But now I'm using AI to do it, right? Like we need to streamline all this. Listen, no one wants to make phone calls.
No.
Okay. So if you lose your job making phone calls, you're going to go to a much better place. Okay. Like whatever you do, it's going to be better than because nobody want to do that. Okay. There might be like one anomaly out there who likes it, but I'm telling you, like, if we can do that and get someone who performs better, does better job, collects more money.
Yes.
We've employed it. It's incredible. Right. But we are prepared to take some ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the guys who are forward, and I'm saying forward thinking, like it's too late now to be forward thinking. Because it's already you were forward thinking right before you already do it. So, but now we're still kind of early, but like we're really putting it to use. We're not afraid of it. And remember, we're talking guys who work with their hands, build stuff. Technology is not their main gig, right? They use it to some degree, right? Or someone on their team does. But now it's becoming integrated into the business, right? With AI voice agents, all this kind of stuff. Now you're really integrating it, and it's making the difference. Okay, you're capturing leads, phone calls, everything else when normally you'd lose those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
Like I showed one company I'm working with. You employ this AI agent as a voice, right? Just answering the call, doing FAQs, all that stuff. This is a 5-figure ROI the first year.
Easily.
And it's good. And it's like, because one example, a tree fell in a house at about midnight on a Saturday. They call the tree company. No one picks up. They leave a message. The tree company calls them back Monday. The tree's already done, chopped up, gone all the way from the guy who answered the phone. There's a tree on their house. They're not waiting until Monday.
No.
Okay. So I'm like, that was an $8,000 job.
Yeah.
You just lost $8,000 for something that's going to cost you less than $6,000 for the whole year to use.
Yeah.
Well,
I think about this way. Think about, you get your AI set up and automation set up where that person calls in, they talk to your AI, phone person, and then that AI just schedules the appointment right there, puts it right on your calendar. You have nothing to do, but you wake up in the morning like, oh look, I've got a job that I'm going to go do today. Like
it's in the CRM.
Yes.
All the details. It's answered all their questions. It's got the details, and it's learning the new questions, running that through. It can forward the call if it has to. I'm just, if someone's first hearing of this, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable.
It's going to change your business.
It's a tool. You can't do it. It's the game changer.
Yeah.
For a service business.
Yeah.
You're talking.
It's going to change the ecosystem completely. There's no doubt about it. Again, just that example I gave, you're going to stop missing leads. You're going to stop missing business. And the people that adopt it are going to be the ones that put the others out of business, to be honest. Because like you said, that one person who the AI picked up the phone, they're going to get that business, and you're going to start losing more and more business because it's just so simple for them to use, simple for them to get the appointments and run it through their systems. And you're talking about like a CRM. Think about, again, with the assistive AI that we're talking about, instead of having to like sit down and like type in all the information or look it up, what if, at this point, CRM is basically just a database. If you can just talk to your AI and say, hey, update John Doe's phone number to this instead of that, and then it just does it in the background, and then call them on my Google phone. Boom, done, taken care of. Just the beauty I like about it is, again, the people that just are maybe afraid of technology, or just they haven't used it before, and so there's just that lack of tech savviness. This is really, I think, going to help them jump over that hurdle. I believe that AI is going to become the new operating system at some point. We won't have operating systems and browsers like we have. We're going to use AI to pretty much do everything when it comes to technology and software and systems like that. And I think, again, especially like you said earlier, the trades industries, they're going to be around. Like, nobody's replacing that. These guys are going to be the new white collar. And if they do it right, they're going to be the top of the ladder. They're going to be able to make so much more money than they've ever made before, that they're going to have to be just on hiring sprees to get, those people in the door.
Yeah. I mean, I saw this a while back, maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I started seeing this. I'm like, okay, this is where it's going. I understood. I can kind of see that, where this can go. It's the, it's a Socratic argument, right? It's the process. It's like, just keep going, and like, holy cow, and what I always did, Matthew, is I tell people, okay, if you've been around a while, look back 25 or 30 years and remember what was going on and think about like all that. Okay. And you're thinking about things, then go today and go, could you have ever predicted 30 years ago what we're doing today?
Yeah.
Like, would even thought, I mean, I'm talking about all the wild weirdness that's going on. Okay. Every level of weirdness and perversion and technology and everything else. Like, you never could have. So now stand here today and think about 25 years from now. You're not going to know what it is, but don't doubt that anything is possible.
I mean, I just look at the last few years, like the last 3, 4, 5 years with AI itself. I don't think people were imagining 5 years ago that it was going to be where it is now, right? I mean, it just keeps happening so fast. I work in AI, so we see the changes on a weekly basis where it's like, oh my gosh, this thing is just getting smarter and smarter. And like, it's wild. And so 25 years, the world's going to be a different place. Like,
right. I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying.
I can't even imagine it. I don't know.
So a couple of years ago, I wrote this blog called Speed Attracts Money. Okay. Think about racehorses, fastest cars, fastest boats, they make money. People they invest in them, they buy them, they bet on them, they do the whole thing, right? So speed in your business is no different. Speed to estimates, speed to return, speed to answering the call, speed to answering you're not going to right now, everything, right? Like, this is what it's about. And this is what these AI agents and everything else will do in your business. They're going to accelerate that process, because remember, when someone calls your business, they're never more interested than at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. That you have that moment to capture that client.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And if it goes to voicemail, leave it, like, you're done. You're out. You will not be able to compete. You will be smoked into inexistence, or whatever they call it. Right.
Absolutely.
So I'm just trying to that's why talking to guys like you and stuff like that, I'm kind of driving the point home, right? But the utilization of this is a must in your business. Like, and there's no reason, like today, okay, where we're at right here in the middle of 2025. If you think about this, like, you can implement this today with ease.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's not even difficult.
No.
Okay. I mean, you played on the internet in 2000. Okay. It wasn't the easiest thing to be on. You couldn't make a website, right? You had to hire somebody, all that nonsense. You spent all that dough, and now everything's free, and pretty soon it'll be an AI agent's going to make your website. You're not even going to have a platform, right? So that's where it's going. So I'm just like, I love talking to guys like you, because I just want people to know, like, you can do it today, and it's not like full of a bunch of bugs.
Well, there's the thing.
It like works.
You can have the AI build your AI strategy. Like, that's how crazy this is.
It's so cool. It's like,
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, what I think about too is not only just the speed of getting, the jobs done and getting, the return calls and all that kind of stuff, but even just the marketing itself. Like, these people are going to be like if these people that adopt AI can now come in and set up your SEO programs and make sure they're optimizing it regularly to make sure things happen. Get blogs posted, get content created. Your ads programs, like AI can manage your ads programs better than any human's going to be able to at this time.
Right.
Your social posting, things like that. The AI is going to allow so much more for you to not only be faster when it comes to picking up the phone and getting that stuff, but getting more people to call you, to pick up the phone,
Yeah,
and you're the one they're calling.
We did this with the service. He had a mailer, like threefold, and it's like a letter, but it's like, hey, we're gonna be in a neighborhood, whatever. We do trees. I said, can I play with that before you send it out this year? I just dropped it into chat, man. I built it 2 minutes, okay, color it, and I go, here, send this, and he goes, man, this really go. I'm there when people are calling who have received it. You know what they're talking about? The letter they got.
Yeah.
Not to like, this is great. This is me. This is exactly what's wrong, because it's got pain points. I'm like, kill it. That's an $8,000 job. That's a $12,000 job. The other thing still kind of worked last year. They made money, but now you're like, and that was 2 minutes of work.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Like, and it's just, and I'm doing the same thing. Like you said, you put it in and just, it's, for a guy like me, been around a really long time, and I see that I'm going, and I just lean back and I look up and I go, this is the greatest thing in the history of the world. And I go back, I do another prompt, and it builds out. I'm like, this is spectacular. You know what I used to have to do?
Yeah.
Okay. And it was always wrong. I always picked the wrong thing. That's such a cool, and this tells you why it's not cool. I give you a recommendation. And I'm like some lovesick goofball, okay, with this stuff. But I'm just telling you, like, if you're listening to this and if you've been doing that, it's going to be Terminator or something, like, you got to put that aside and go, like, use this for good. And man, watch things change, like, literally overnight.
If you don't, you're going to get your lunch eaten. Like, honestly, that's the way it's going to go. When you think about this too, like talking about the postcard that you were just talking about, again, you can have a designer try to design it and it's going to take 2 weeks to get done, or you can be sending out those postcards later today.
Bam. It's shocking. I almost don't have words. Okay. I literally was talking about this stuff last night with a guy in the office here, walked in. I was supposed to be on a podcast at like 6, I think, or something. Yeah, 6 o'clock. And I look at my watch. We're talking about AI. Okay. We started like 4 o'clock. It's 7:15. I'm like, oh, I missed my podcast.
No.
I was supposed to be as a guest, but we were just diving so deep into the stuff, showing them and everything else. And so I know I'm a little keyed up, but let's kind of shift back to you, Matthew. Okay, enough about my experience. Let's get it kind of uncover a bit about what you're actually building here. You're rolling out.
Sure.
This kind of let's go a little bit deeper so we have a full understanding.
Yeah, so what we've done is we've built, like I said, a browser. We started that first just to kind of build a more seamless way for people to use technology. But then when we started layering the AI into it, that's when we started to discover a couple things. Number one, we can get AI to work on the front end of any application on your behalf. You can say, hey, update John Doe's phone number in my Salesforce, and it can actually go do that on the front end. But we also do it via API as well. So what that allows is, again, for people to be able to use AI to interact with any of the tools that they need for their business. So again, their CRM, their email marketing, things like that. It can create your email campaign and then automatically send it for you to whatever list that you might have. And things like that. Automations between the tools too. So one of the things I think about is my mom's a real estate agent, right? So getting an agent that would scrape the MLS every day of, new houses that came to market, automatically comparing those to her prospects in her CRM that are looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and whatever zip code with a pool, right? And then automatically then sending an email to all of those people in your list with the specific houses that fit their needs, and just having that automatically run every morning at 8 a.m., right? Not having to sit there and do that work, but spend more time networking, getting out there, doing, house showings, things like that. And I think that's where this goes. And one of the things that we're trying to build into this as well, where I think it's going to create a lot of jobs, is we're building kind of the middleware, the infrastructure for all of this to happen. We've connected to like 1,500 different applications that it can work with. And then we want to open like an agent marketplace where people can come in and build out like prompt engineering for different scenarios. So like that scenario I just gave with the MLS and everything, you could have somebody come in and say, okay, I'm just going to build an agent that will do that exact thing and then sell it on the Platypus AI marketplace, right? Whatever price you want to charge it at, you can just push it out there. And then that's going to create a whole new ecosystem of people that can make money on kind of a simple build. Like if you have the knowledge of how that industry works and you can basically prompt it out, you don't have to code anything. You just can tell the AI exactly how it steps you need it to take and how it's going to work. That's going to be a whole new industry. I think it's going to eclipse the SaaS industry by quite a bit here in the next 2-3 years. And I think that's exciting.
Yeah.
We really want to be part of that new way of building tools.
Yeah, I'm so with you, because here's the cool thing about human beings.
Mhm.
Okay. They will find the uses for this to make money.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Like we have, like you could say that, then they'll 100x that thing in like 6 months. Like people will be doing, it's like eBay, like selling stuff on eBay or whatever. They create this way beyond that, right? Like people will figure out ways to make money with this.
Oh yeah.
I already have. A lot of ways. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I'm telling you, like, wow, this is, and it's like, I'm going to use this term, it's work free. Okay. It's like, it's doing beyond the lion's share, right? It is doing all the work. You're literally the conductor of an entire orchestra. You're just waving a baton and magic is happening. You know what I mean? So,
like you said, it's so easy these days. Again, you don't have to code anymore. It writes the code for you. You can go build whatever you want. You prompt the AI to do it and it's going to build it for you. I mean, right now I think about how we operate, and AI is probably one of our top like coding engineers for the Platypus AI company. Right. We use it constantly, and it's so good, and just helps us be faster. What we're doing, we're trying to build technology, and we're so much faster and quicker and more seamless using AI to help us do our jobs. And then for any company out there, you're going to find, once you start using it too, you're going to find so many more ways to leverage it as you start to just kind of go down that rabbit hole. And the people that really get excited about it are they're going to be eating everybody's lunch at some point.
It's so, I'm telling you, I think it's in my life. Okay. I'm 59 years on the planet here. Okay. Nice. Like, this is the coolest thing. This is the coolest thing. I mean, way beyond the internet. I'm telling you, it's way beyond. And I know we've been exposed to the internet for a long time, and we forget how cool it was back then. But no one thinks dial-up was cool. Okay, so let's be real, right? So, but where it's come is great. And AI wouldn't be here if the internet wasn't, and all that. It all blends together. Again, from the beginning when we first talked about it, this advancement, these tools are, I mean, they are just, they're economy changing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. They're world shifting. I mean, it's going to do things. And I don't think it's as, I want to say, I don't think it's as negative as some people will make it out to be. I always use the analogy, listen, anything. I got a handgun, right? I can use it for good. I can use it for evil. AI, you can use it for good. You can use it for evil. People are doing both. It's just it's people.
Yeah.
Okay. It's nothing to do with the tool.
Yep.
Okay. So it's like, I choose good.
Yeah.
Okay. I choose good. I'm going to do great things. I'm going to enhance all the businesses I can help possibly with this stuff so they can reach the goals that we set out for them that much faster. Okay. That speed thing is so important. Absolutely. Right, Matthew? I mean, you guys are able to develop faster, get things to market. That's what it's always been about.
Yeah.
No one's ever said, let me take my time to get this to market.
Yeah. No CEO out there is like, slow down, guys, pump the brakes a little bit. We don't.
Yeah. What are you doing? Like, what's the rush? You know? Yeah. So so the ability to take this technology wherever it's going to go. But currently, like you said, you've got a browser. So in your browser, you think like, well, it assists in the search, right? It's going to give you more relative information. Is this kind of, well, let me ask you this, because if I've been playing with this, as it gets to know you personally, right? It kind of learns you. Is that going to be applied in that search thing? Is going to kind of know you? Like it's your AI agent, but it's not. Am I making any sense?
No, 100%. You know what I'm saying? You're thinking exactly in the right direction. That is the goal, right? We want this system. We want it to be your assistant. That's the goal, right? We want it to be it knows enough about you and it knows how you operate that it kind of thinks ahead of you, right? That's the goal. It's like having a personal assistant that can do all the things you need to do and can be on top of whatever you need it to be. One of the things I think about, I got a quote from somebody a little bit ago, thinking about AI, especially as we starting to get the assistive level of it, we're doing really well in generative AI, where it's generating content, etc. But once we get to this assistive point, AI needs to be thought not of as a tool so much, but as an extension of your team. It really needs to be thought of as almost like another person on your team, because that's what it is. And I think the people that think about it that way are the ones that will use it in the best manner and are going to get the most out of it. Because again, it's not just a tool, it's not an application. It's as smart as people are now. You should
Yeah,
think
or
about it that
smarter.
way because it can do so much.
You
Yeah.
know, I'm kind of smiling, Matthew, because I'm thinking when I'm talking to this guy last night, and I'm showing what I'm doing, and he's like, he looks and he goes, because they asked you, would you like me to build this out? And he goes, dude, you actually said yes, please.
Oh
Like you
yeah.
talk to, I go, because I'm courteous. I'm not changing who I am. If this was someone in my office, that's how I'd say it. So I'm treating this like they're on the team. They get to
Yeah.
know me, right? I'm a
Yeah.
courteous dude. When they start writing for me, guess how they're going to speak? They're
Yeah.
going to use manners.
Yep.
Okay, they can become me. I'm like, I know what I'm doing, and we just had a good laugh because like really, I do that, but I really do that.
I do too.
I'm just, yes, just like because it's learning me, and man, it gets kind of. I called it creepy cool.
It can
Okay,
be, yeah.
it's creepy, but it's really cool. But it's creepy. I was with one of my clients yesterday, and like see how what we're doing, see what I'm doing here. It's kind of creepy, but it's pretty cool. And they're like, we'll go with that. It's creepy cool, but I think it's going to work well,
Yeah.
because we're putting this stuff in there because it does learn your tonalities.
Yes.
It learns your branding, right? It really understands, and I have it building stuff out. I'm going, what? So it redid my bio, right? So and it was spectacular. But the last line, I'm just going to share it with you because I'm laughing. I leaned back and I was laughing for like 2 minutes because I would have never written that, right? About me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Here's the last line. It had all this cool stuff in my bio. I got done a lot, but it says, when Richard walks in the room, leaders lean in and results follow. And I'm like, done. I'm like, dude, that's the greatest line ever.
That's perfect.
That is the, and I'm just, if you looked in my door and see me laughing like some nut job and you're all by myself, man, it was, and I'm like, that is genius.
Yeah.
Like I would never write that about myself, but it knows me. I'm not saying it's inaccurate. I'm saying like just the way it put it, I'm going, oh, this is awesome.
Like you're saying, the way it learns is insane. Like we use it for creating marketing material all the time, right? I'd be like, hey, everything you know about Platypus AI and Platypus OS, what we've built, write me some marketing material, write me, a blurb about what we're doing. And it will write something that I would have never even thought of. They'd be like, oh, let's focus in on, the time that you're going to save something. I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about it that way. Right. And it's wild how it can expand its knowledge about you or the products or whatever you're doing. And again, using the tonality, understanding you. I think it's pretty funny. I think I saw something Sam Altman the other day was talking about how they have spent tens of millions of dollars in computing power based on just having to compute like the pleases and the thank yous and all that kind of stuff that people put into their responses. And he's like, I'm happy to spend that money because we want this to be, again, like a person. We want you to treat it in that kind of a manner, and it just makes so much sense because it's learning you, and you want it to be able to. If you want it to replace some of the things, some of the work that you do on a daily basis, it needs to know who you are and speak how you speak, and that's probably one of the most important things that I think people need to be thinking about with this stuff.
Yeah, even create an email campaign. I had a 3 email sequence. Would you like a follow up for that when they do when they visit but they don't purchase? Do you want to say? And it just, I'm like, yes, please.
Yes. Do that,
It
please.
just it knocks out. Would you like me to put this in a full bag so you can download one? I'm like,
I love
yes,
that.
please. Right. So it's like all concise. Would you like me to rewrite the agenda now that we changed these two things, in a complete form? I'm like, yeah, it's magic. I'm just calling it magic. It's just, I'm
Yeah.
like, and it's there for you. Then I move it into a Google Drive folder. I know I got the whole thing. I can take it out of there. It's just, it's so fascinating to me. And like I said, and it's unusual for me, Matthew. That's why I'm kind of nutty about this right now because I've never been like that. Right. Like that. I build things, I do things, But over the last 6, 7 years, 8 years, I'm coaching people, I'm writing, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm like, I see the need. Okay. Way more, because if it was just me and my business, people get siloed, right? They get in their little silo and that's how they operate. But now that I see all these businesses that I'm like, this is, they all have to have it.
They do.
Right. I'm like, you all have to, like, we have to do this yesterday. Just start on it. It's just, I love it, man. I love something that can change the trajectory of a business overnight like that.
Well, I think that's
I
what I
mean,
love
it's
about
just,
what you're doing too. Is again, we've just found for so long working, especially with the BBB and places like that, that a lot of these trades companies, things like that, there's a fear of the technology, or not, maybe not even fear, but just like, I don't know how to use it, and so they're not adopting. Like, there's so many that we worked with that don't even have websites. Like, we don't need a website. We do business this old way. It's like, but that's changing, and I love that you're bringing this to that industry, because it's so important, and it's going to change so many lives to the people that say, yes, I think this is something that's going to do us well. And it's going to, if they, and I think that's really exciting. I love kind of helping, especially the small business market, be able to really kind of drive as much success as possible. It's something I'm passionate about, something that we really built with Keybots, and we've been very proud of, and exciting for what you're doing here, because I think it's very important.
yeah, it's interesting because, like, so I prefer my clients that I work with they go after their high end, high quality, all the good things, high end clients, right? We build great things and whatever, right? We want to perform at a very high level. I'm not a fan of mediocrity. I don't like average, none of that. I'm very anti all that stuff. Okay. So you can understand, most of my clients, like, when they see this, like, this is how you stay out front. This is how you serve your clients at a way higher level. Like, it's not just for getting new clients, it's for serving your existing clients even better.
Yeah.
Like, this is the chance. Like, I'll use this platform we're recording on as Riverside FM, right? They change, like, it's almost daily. There's something new on here.
Got it.
Like a new way they're doing this and this and tweaking. Here's a new tool. And I'm like, I love this platform because they're always improving. And it's not like gotta reload. I mean, it's just like, look, and it's automatically there. That wasn't there yesterday. Today, look what I got. Oh, that's even, I can get there even faster now. I can save 2 clicks. This is cool. So that's what I mean. And they're probably using the same tools, right? Figuring out what it is, user experiences, all that kind of stuff. So for my clients, again, regardless of what you're actually doing, when you can up your game to serve your clients at a higher level, if you can just get that in your head, it should enable you to embrace these tools. Okay. Like, and if your business is all built on referrals, like a lot of people say, especially in trades, like, I'm just telling you, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
I love referrals. I want to build. I totally get the whole process. I teach on, I do the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
If you want to get ready for what's coming, you'll get swallowed up if you're only going to have a referral based business.
Yeah.
Because you're not prepared to scale.
Yep.
You won't be able to take them. You'll be saying no to all kinds of people. And that $200,000 job and that $700,000 job and that 1.7 million, they're all gone to someone else.
Yeah.
Because you said no to this.
I mean, again, coming back to kind of the time savings, right? I think about it, the time people sit there on their computer running through the billing, doing accounting work, all that kind of stuff that is just like the day-to-day operations of a business. If you can automate all of that and then be on the job for another hour, 2 hours, because you don't have to do that other stuff, think about the quality of the work that you're going to do. Or, be able to, instead of having to have admin sitting there doing that work for you, you can hire another tradesperson for your team that is going to just get you more work done and work faster and take on another job. That's where I think this really gets exciting. It's going to help so many businesses just be so much more efficient, and that efficiency is going to drive more money, going to drive more business. It's going to drive better quality work that you're going to do. And I think that's some of the exciting stuff that we see out of this as well.
Yeah, it's really, and we can go on forever with the stuff, just on the examples of the improvement, the enhancements it's going to do for business. I just assure all my clients, I mean, they're all getting into it. I mean, who would say no to me? Right. It's me. But I just, if I talk to them like you and I just talked, they're pretty keyed up.
Oh, yeah.
I get them pretty ramped up.
Who wouldn't be?
Where do I
We're
sign?
having a great
You know,
time.
I should be sell. I don't even sell this stuff. I'm just telling them this is the tool you need. The tool, but yeah, I just again speed, accuracy. You got all the. You can hit all the high points on this stuff. You know, so I loved it. I just love the whole concept. Obviously, right? So let's kind of jump and let's do a little future casting, and we'll keep it short term because trying to think 5 years ahead is kind of pointless. But let's go 18 to 24 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look in the future. Give me a prognostication. Is that what they say? You know, give me a prediction. Yeah. Oh, I'll use a 20-cent word, a prediction. What do you see coming? What do you see coming, man?
I think that, especially in the next 12, 18 months, I think we're going to see a substantial shift in how people are using AI right now, where they're using it very generatively, right? So it's generating content, it's helping with, search, it's helping. One thing I think about, like, I don't go to Google and search things anymore. I just use AI to search for how to make a beef stew, right? I get a much better response there. It's a direct response of just the recipe instead of like searching through these recipes. It's great at that. It's doing amazing things there. I think the next revolution is going to be the assistive side, right? And I think that's where a lot of people are starting to work at. It's what we're working at, right? We want it to be your assistant, not just be something that you can use to create and work. It's going to be you're going to carry your AI around with you everywhere you go. It's going to be on your phone, and you're going to be able to just use AI. I think people will use AI like they text. That it's going to be so ubiquitous into everything that you're doing on a daily basis that it is going to fundamentally change how you operate. You're going to have a personal assistant. I think that's the most exciting thing is you're going to have, no matter where you are on the spectrum, you're going to have a personal assistant everywhere you go that's going to be able to do kind of whatever you need. Hey, book me a reservation at the local restaurant. It's just going to be able to do that without you having to go scroll and be like, okay, what times are there? That's what I see is the near future, is it really evolving into assistive AI rather than just being able to create content for you. I think, and that's going to be big.
I agree with you. I think there's so much power in that. You've got your Alexa and all that stuff in the house now. Hey Alexa, turn on the radio. Okay, that's nothing. Yeah. That's archaic.
Yeah.
Compared to what this is going to do. Okay. I remember that. Yeah, it was like talking into the tin can with a string back in the day, So it's going to be equated to that with this AI assistant stuff. And it will be, because we see all income levels have one of these phone thingies, right? All income levels.
Yep.
Okay, so guess what all income levels are also going to have?
Yeah.
AI assistants.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what I'm saying is like this, everyone's going to be, I don't know. It's an amazing, and I think everything comes in stages anyways, Matthew, with the phone, where it was in 2000.
Yeah.
My brick cell phone I had 40 cents a minute back in 1990, right? And all that stuff. So we had all those, and we've seen all the progressions and all that, but it all took those stages to get where we are, right? But this is a very large leap.
Yeah.
This isn't flip phone to smartphone. This is way bigger than flip phone to smartphone.
And it's evolving so fast too, right? I think that's the thing we got to think about. Like a phone, they come out with a new phone every year. And you're like, oh, here's all the new things. Like this is changing every week, and it's.
Yeah, they go, oh, every 7 months it doubles. Oops, I mean every 3 months. Oh, I mean 6 weeks, and it's like daily. It's like they did it with the fighter jets. It's going to take 3 months. It took 3 weeks to adjust and all this stuff. I mean, it's a big rabbit hole. I mean, if you start going into this stuff, you're seeing it.
It's going to affect everything too. I was reading something where like pharmacy companies are using AI to cut, a product that would take 3-4 years to be able to create down to like 3 months because of the computation power they're able to do. Like it's going to change everything about how we live and operate and work. And
it is. It's mind boggling. I mean, really, you can't, like I said, I said 18 to 24 months. You did 12 to 18 months because we can't even think past it. We can't go 2 years. This is too far. It's that, and by next week, it'll be, 6 months. You know what I mean? So because you can't, and there's a beautiful thing about that, but you have to understand the thing that I really grabbed onto, Matthew, was its ability to learn. This is to me what's so unique about this whole technology is it's not a calculator. Okay, I put this in, I get this out. No,
Yeah.
this learns.
Yeah.
And when you start using it today, it's like you have someone on the other side of your desk and they're just like, I don't know, it's crazy.
In a couple of weeks, it'll be a completely different system than when you first started using it.
Yeah, I've watched it evolve already. Then you see it, and the next thing I'm like, I hate to leave it for 2 hours. I don't know what's going to happen when I come back. It's like a child. I don't, maybe it's going to hurt itself. I don't know. It's out doing things.
So I heard this story the other day. It's like there's like nursing homes that are putting these robots into to be companions to people because they can have full conversations and help them do work around the house, things like that. And that's an exciting option. These older folks are talking about, I have somebody that will just talk to me and tell me jokes and play a game with me that I didn't really have before.
Here's the deal, and that sounds like sad and pathetic,
but not for them.
Okay, but not for them. But the reality is, you ever go to a nursing home? They got nobody.
Yeah.
Like that's the reality. So, like, hey, I know if I was there, and my kids, if they even think, just go push me off a cliff or something, I ain't going to no retirement home. But just that, that is it's an incredible alternative.
Yeah.
Especially with the improvements in AI voice.
Yeah.
It's so fast. It's almost indistinguishable. It will be.
Oh, yeah.
It will be indistinguishable from the human voice. It's like there. I know it's like there pretty much, but like as the norm.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and so you have a conversation. Yeah. This used to be movie stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was movies. People,
with
my grandmother, she's back. Yeah. And it's like, it's not. So let me tell you what else I did so people get a really cool idea of this. So I've got a client, right? And he's got this business and he's the main salesman, the best salesman, right? He can sell all this stuff. I'm like, dude, you got to stop selling. Like, we need you to do bigger things, right? Like, we need a salesman. He's, I had a guy and he couldn't. I got it. I got the solution. Okay. He goes, well, how am I going to? I go, we're going to build out a training program. How am I going to do that? You roll up to the job site. You put your phone on airplane mode. And I know it gets even better than this, but hit voice record, stick it in your pocket, go do the estimate.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Do that every day. 3 estimates, 5, 10, 15, upload it into chat. Okay. Say, build a sales training program. And in 2 minutes, you have the greatest sales training program for it'll know you. Yeah. It'll hear every issue from trimming to stump grinding to removal to on the house. Like you're going to do everything. Just keep doing it for a season.
Yeah.
No one will be able to compare to that sales. Your guys will be up. And then where else do you put that? Your AI agent on the phone with the FAQs and everything else. Yep. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
God.
Can you imagine what they're doing on the phone? They're closing deals. They're closing deals for you on the phone, taking payments, putting them in the calendar, loading them in the CRM. And I'm telling you, this is now. This is right now. It's so amazing.
Like all the work you're going to have to do is wake up in the morning, see how many scheduled appointments you have, and go to them. And then come home to your family.
Don't forget, check the bank account. Check the bank account.
Check the bank account. And then go spend more time with your family. It's great.
That's right. I'm telling you, like, I know I'm a little ramped up here, but I see it. It's using it. We're using it. It's making an instant difference.
Yeah.
You're capturing all this money you would have lost. You're becoming efficient. You're getting speed to completion.
You're not doing the work that you hate doing, right?
That's it.
I think that's
no one wants to do that stuff.
Nobody wants to sit and compile all the billing for the month. That's a terrible experience.
Right.
You get to do what you enjoy and you love doing.
My AI agent Jessica doesn't come in hungover, doesn't have a bad day, doesn't have mood swings. Right? Never calls in sick. I mean, the whole thing. 365, 7 days, 24/7. It's amazing. And she's just, and it's all been pressure tested. She's been abused and swore at all, and she's got all the right response. It's like it's going to capture so much work for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Business for you, like leads, client. I'm telling you, it's going to start booking them, taking payments. It can measure your roof. You got your roofing guy. It ties into Eagle View, gets you the squares right here on the phone. I'll tell you what you got. Oh, you live at this address. Boom. Here's this. There's it. Like, because I'll tell you why. Who was the GAF? It's a shingle company. They did a huge survey to all the retail clients, and they found that 48% of all of them never wanted anyone to come out to their house, like for the estimate. So it's like, well, I got to look at you don't really have to look at the roof. You can measure it from the sky. You go and verify layers maybe or something. So this guy built one-click contractor. You can do it all via Zoom.
Oh, yeah.
Sign contracts, do everything. So you're just on there with them, right in the camera, just like you and I right here. You're talking about sign. Okay, well, just here, I'll just send it to you. Just do the electronic signatures. Do that. Here's the payment portal.
Dude, that's
Give
amazing.
me the deposit. Like, that was 6, 7, 8 years ago.
I mean,
They were doing that.
Thinking about that, like an agent could use like Google Maps. You put in the address, you could see the house, and you have AI say, what is the size of this roof? Give me all the specs. Boom, done.
That's it.
Yeah. Speed, simplicity.
I still was going to their house that like, oh my gosh, like you can't even.
Like
Again,
literally
I'm
on the phone, give me your address. Okay, give me 30 seconds. All right, here's exactly what it's going to cost.
yep.
Done. And they're like, okay,
And
well,
here,
come out tomorrow.
and let me take it to the next level here, right? So a big difficulty when you're selling a project. Okay, you're going to come in, they want an estimate. If you just send them the estimate, they're going to go right to the bottom line, look at the final number, and that's all they're going to compare it to someone else. So we do in-person presentations. We attach value to every aspect of the job. So they go, oh, I get it. I see why it costs this much. Drive well. AI agent does the same thing. It walks them through the entire. This is why. Then when they have all the objections, it handles. It knows all how to overcome every single objection. Just think about that. From a sales standpoint, it will stay in the game until that deal is closed. Okay. It's not going to fatigue.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not going to get disgusted. It's in the win.
Well,
okay. So
to think about there too is not only is it going to have your knowledge, but it also has the entire internet's knowledge.
Yes.
That's
yes.
So when it's asked a question that maybe I would be like, ooh, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I'm gonna have to go look that up. It doesn't have to do that. Like it already has the knowledge, not only from your business and what you can do, but everything else out there. The entire knowledge base of the internet. And it can just say, I got your answer. No worries. And
it's seamless. They're not going to go, well, let me look that up. They're just going to have it.
Yeah.
There's no time delay.
Nope.
It's like, well, I got to talk to Mr. The boss, and I got to get back to you with that. I got to see if that. What? No. That doesn't exist anymore. Okay, because the owner ain't here.
Yeah,
he's got better things to do. Yeah, exactly.
You're making so much money at this point.
And it's kind of funny, but this is reality. This isn't fantasy. This isn't what's coming. This is here today.
Yes.
Like that's the big takeaway I want everyone to have, man. We're using this stuff. And like I kind of want to share and I don't want to share. I kind of don't want to I only want to share with my client. Here I am doing it on my podcast. But like I'm telling you, there's guys who are going to snooze. They're not going to do it. They're going to drag their feet. And think of this, Matthew, and you understand this. At the speed this changes and learns, right? We just talked about how fast from 6 months to 6 weeks to a week with a day. That's what's going to happen when you apply it in your business. When you don't apply it, if I applied it, I am going to light years ahead of you in this 6 months.
Yeah.
Like you'll be done. Your phone will stop ringing. Your phone will stop ringing because mine answers all the calls.
And now you're going to have to play catch up. That's your job now. It's like your competitors are out there. They accepted the future and they're crushing it. And now you have the work to go try to catch up to that. And they're evolving still. Like you're not just playing you're not trying to catch up to where they are because they're still moving. That goalpost is still going to be moving. So the adoption side of it is such an important part of it at this point. Be the first.
And like I'll tell. And here's another good one that we all get in the estimating alone in almost anything. Well, I need 3 estimates. Guess what my AA agent's going to do? In it to win it, baby. You ain't leaving. You're signing. You don't need 2 more estimates. And I'm going to tell you all the reasons why. Why you need us right now. That'll save you the time. Boom, boom. I got the nuclear options. If it gets to this point, I know what to say. All this stuff is built in. All the tricks we know and everything that we don't know, all in there. So I'm telling you, man, this is man, what a dude, you can tell I'm thinking of this like at the moment, right?
Yeah.
You know, my brain's going a million miles an hour here. Like, so think about this too, though. Here's another thing about competition and eliminating competition.
Mm-hmm.
So you may literally eliminate this competition, and that's like permanent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What I mean by that is, as you start to dominate quickly, and now you're growing, as long as you can maintain your growth, you can get the skill work, everything else, all of a sudden you're it. It's almost a monopoly, but it's going to be interesting to see the battle. Guys trying to compete and everything else, what that's going to look like.
It'll build a hedge too. I mean, it's going to be for this. I don't know if this is good or bad, but it may be hard in the future for new companies to sprout up if you're already that far ahead, right?
That's what I'm saying. And like when you knock these guys off, it's like you killed them.
Yeah.
It's murder.
They're done.
It's like you're done. You're out.
You guys coming.
See ya. Like you're so far behind. I need a bigger rear view mirror. You know what I mean? Like it's just that thing that I said, as I'm thinking about this, I'm like, wow, these guys really need to get dialed in. Like this is it's almost a survival thing.
If you're not adopting now, like, yeah, you're going to be behind, and you're going to be beating your head against the wall.
Yeah, I think you're going to get smoked. I mean, because, hey man, consumers, if you know anything about consumers, okay, it takes an awful lot to be loyal to any company, especially these days, right? Loyalty is and so people will, and hey, if they got this and they answer all my questions and they're super responsive, why would I even bother with anyone else? I got my best friend, and there you go. So,
well, I think also, I think the younger generations too, the loyalty is less if with kind of younger generations. I know, like my parents or my wife's parents, they go back to the same person that they've been going to for the last 30 years, whatever. But like the younger, like I'm a millennial, my generation doesn't do that. I've been through 10 dentists in the last, 20 years.
Yep. Yep.
There's just a difference there. And if you think that loyalty is going to be what creates and drives your business, it's going to be hard for you.
I think, Matthew, part of that problem is because we're not as relational as we used to be.
100%.
So guys in your generation, younger, they're doom scrolling, right? They got this disconnection with human beings. So to them, there's no relationship being built. Even if you go to the dentist, yeah, they work in your tooth, they fill my cavity out. Who cares? It's just a tool. To them now, it's like anything else. Like you can get anything you want in a day. I can call around the world right now. I can talk to my son in Albania, like with the touch of a button, right? So they had this anticipation and expectation of like, I can get this anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime. So there's not, oh, he's so special. They haven't built a relationship. They open their mouth, they fill the cavity, thanks, they leave.
Yeah.
Right. They're not like, hey, send me a Christmas card or something. I don't know. I mean, they don't do anything. So it becomes very utilitarian.
Yeah, I agree.
The stuff they get done, and I don't know where that's going to go. I don't know if this is going to widen the relationship gap or enable people to have more time to have relationships. It's hard for me because I'm a little bit older and relationships matter to me, and I don't have a lot, but the ones I have are really good, but I don't know, as I look at the younger generations, millennials and whatever, Gen Z and Gen Alpha and whatever they are. And I've talked to guys about this stuff too. It's really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
To see the drivers, what are really driving these guys. And from a business standpoint, we have to recognize this.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Because we have to, because they might be 18 now or 15 now. But hey, in 10 years, they're 25, they're 28, they're going to be my customer. Right? They're going to have a true, whatever it is. Like I have to know how to serve them. So I need to learn about them now and then follow them. You know what I mean? Like track buying habits, things like that. Again, this is another use of AI, right? You kind of understand that you can ask about the demographic.
Absolutely.
So you take AI and you learn about that demographic, which then does what? Helps you create a marketing plan. How do I speak to them? Do they, I mean, you can just keep going.
Literally just,
right, we could go on this. We could do this all day.
Go to ChatGPT and say, what do people 18 to 25 years old look for when buying their first car? And it's going to give you some detail on what exactly they want. And that's just information. And it's at your fingertips. It's right there. Instead of going and searching around, AI has all the knowledge.
Yeah, you're not hiring an advertising company to go look, do research and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's done.
Yeah.
You don't have to go do survey. Like, it's done. You don't do surveys. You don't have to send out mailers. You don't have to spend all this dough on that. It's done. And you can check it. You can go on different ones, right? Because they all have biases one way or another. But you just keep doing the deep research, go into it, and just see what comes out. I keep hitting the same thing, watching it go deeper. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's not quite hitting me.
Give me some
I
more.
get it, but can you make it a little more concise? Absolutely, and it's perfect, which would take me a day
Well, I think
to change a sentence.
that's the knowledge, the information is out there. It's just how much time and effort you spend going and trying to compile it and make it usable versus this computing power that is so much more than anything we've ever seen before. Let that do the computing power. Let it take the information and give you the suggestions. Because again, the information's there. You just have to find it.
So, in closing, with what you're doing, with what you're building out, I don't know if you have an end game. Okay. We always talk about, whenever we're talking about people with their business, we always have like exit strategies, a big thing we talk about. How long, how much, right? I want to do this for this long. I want to get this much. Where do you want to go? Or are we back to the I can't predict? Because I have no idea where this is going to go. I got a feeling one thing might lead to the next and next. And this is just like your first business now into this, and this can go. So what are your today?
Yep.
What are your thoughts on the
I
future?
would say, so for me, I think one of the things about me and just in general is I'm a very kind of curious person, and I don't know if this is good or bad, but I kind of get bored fast and easy. And so again, I don't know what the future is going to hold in this. My business, I'm guaranteeing, is not going to look anything like it does today in 18 months. It's going to be a completely different organization. And we're going to be doing different things. I think for me, I enjoy the building process. So even if I sold this in 3 years and made my whatever, and I don't foresee myself retiring and going and traveling, and well, maybe I'll travel a little, but I'll be like, okay, what do I want to do next? What do I want to build next? And I think is going to be my challenge is trying to figure out what to do with it.
I'm actually wondering, Matthew, with you, because when you have that, and it's a common entrepreneurial trait, I get bored easy. You know what I mean? Like, you do the stuff, you get it all running, like, well, now what? But I think, and this is my own know nothing opinion, okay, like, there's so much evolution going to be happening so fast.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to go on to the next thing. You're going to just keep building.
I think
and
so.
You're going to be too challenged to be able to walk away.
I think
that's my 2025 prediction for Matthew White.
I think you're completely right. That's exactly kind of how I feel. This thing moves so fast. There's no way I'm going to get bored, because it's different tomorrow than it was, yesterday. So there's no room to get bored, because it's going to continue. I'll just keep building new stuff.
Well, it's super exciting.
Thank you.
I love meeting people like you, man. Just seeing you out there doing this stuff. I love the doers.
Yeah.
Making this stuff, taking these tools and using them, man. It's just great. I am obviously totally into it. Using it, it's amazing, and I can't use it fast enough. You know what I mean? And implement it. It's just brilliant. Okay, so let's do our final. We're doing all podcasts. How do people get in touch with you? What do you got? What do you want to share? The whole drill.
So, I check email constantly. So Matt, M-A-T-T, at platypusos, that's PLATYPUSOS.com. Email me. I love getting emails. I love talking about this stuff. I will nerd out all day about this stuff.
Love it.
Also, if you want to, so Platypus AI is now available. So if you want to check it out, go to platypusos.com. And then we have a little button there that you can sign up for early adopter. And usually people are getting in with it a couple days. So go there, get it.
Awesome.
We'd love to see what you guys think about it, see how you guys like it, and just save time and money and energy, and just be better.
My final, if you haven't used anything yet, okay, today's your day. Either get the Platypus, get whatever, like, you got to just, I'm telling you, spend 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Just spend 2 minutes and you're going to be like, what?
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm telling you, and I think I'm done selling now.
Good.
I think I'm done. But it's just do it. Okay. And if you're in business, man, this is not an option. No. It's an absolute. Okay. It's a must. You got to have it.
It's the future.
So cool. Yeah, for sure. Matthew, thank you for so much time, so much great input, man. What a great discussion.
Yeah,
Thanks for letting me ramble.
No, I love it.
I get a little keyed up, so
Again,
I'm nerding out. I'm not even a nerd. I don't know anything about it. I mean, from the backside, I only know the front side. I only care about the user experience.
That's all
I'm
you
that
need
guy.
these days.
Okay, that's right. You just make it work.
Yeah.
Don't disappoint me.
All right, I'm on it.
Okay. All right, brother. Thank you so much for the time today. And for everybody else, we'll see you on the next STS podcast.